I feel like we're right back where we were. The last time we left you, the last game we did was English and Classical Girls. We've already started. We had a little technical difficulty, but you haven't missed anything. It's still 0-0. And the reason for this second game, English and Classical, this is the new version of the Greater Boston League tournament. I still get a little queasy when I say Greater Boston League for English and Classical. That was going to go out of bounds, but it bounced off the official and stayed inbounds. So as I always say, Thanksgiving, in whatever month this is May, I get to do it a second time for the girls as they try to center it. English knocks it away. I think that was Garcia. They were about to take the shot and they just slipped and missed it completely, and then English knocked it out of play. Classical will get a corner kick. Classical 4-1-1, and it earned them a number 3 seed. Knocked away by Garcia again. The shot loose out in front, kicked away by the defense, and cleared away. From long range, the shot's going to go wide left and out of play. And I guess they're saying it was tipped. I thought it was just a straight kick by Classical, but they're giving Classical another corner kick. This one will come from the near side. Gorgeous day here at Manning Field. And it's still very strange to me with everything going on, all these phase 1, phase 2. They got a foot on it. Newsom just stretched and made the save. Might have been Mary Collins, might have been Mateo. He got a foot on it and tipped it. And Newsom was able to dive and make the save, and English will get a free kick. So with everything that's going on, all these sports, like I said, phase 1, phase 2, we're having a soccer game here, which is normally played during the football season. And for English and Classical, it is being played during the football season, but it's being played in May for the football season. Behind me now, starting the season in baseball, St. Mary's is playing Fenwick. St. Mary's softball will start tomorrow. And I think it's very quickly Tech baseball and softball will be starting. Good job knocking it off Classical. Classical keeping it in the English end. Trying to center it, got blocked. Classical collects. English takes it away. Hayes kicks it away. Broken up by Kitty Mannion. Then near side, Rodriguez. That's Dana. They knock it deep. Classical picks it up, looking to walk in. Blocked by Newsom nicely. They pop it up and pop it wide. They had a break. I think it was Thurman coming down that far side. And she had to go chase it. She couldn't take the pass going to the net. It was falling away. She had to take the shot from a bit of a tough angle. And the rebound came out and they tipped it wide. And now English knocks it into the Classical bench area. We've been virtually stuck in the English end for quite a while. Glasgow down deep. They let it go out. Glasgow will get a corner kick coming from the far side. This is one of those days where the scoreboard is obliterated by the sun. You can't see it. Glasgow knocking it down. English kicks it out. English keeps it alive. Glasgow's going to try and let it go out to get a corner kick. Glasgow gets there first and keeps it in the English end. Molly Mannion trying to center it. It went to the side of the net. Newson handled it. She'll kick it away. Molly Mannion overran it. Got it back to Correnti. She kicks it out of bounds. Back in the middle of that defense, Jessica Page. Congratulations to Jessica. Western New England. She just made her choice. She's going to Western New England. She viewed the place, the coach, players, where the players stay, live. And they told her she would have a spot on the team. I'm sure she's thrilled. I'm sure her family is thrilled. Congratulations to Jessica Page. She's one of the 4 captains, one of 4 seniors on this Glasgow team. English only has 1, and that's Casey Rowson. She hasn't played in a while. She's been hurt. That kick goes right by everybody. They're not going to save it. Merrick hustling, but it goes out. I guess it got touched by English because they're going to give the ball to Glasgow to put in play. Right in the middle of the net, they put that kick. Newson, almost kneeling down, caught it, held on to it, and she'll kick it away. So it's been all Glasgow early. That one's going to go off English and go out off Ferris House. Katie Manning puts it in play. Stolen away. Stolen away nicely by Garcia. I have to say, Rocio Garcia, because there's a couple of them. Tipped ahead. Dana pushes it down. She was being chased by Gabriesus, and she had to take the kick long before she wanted to. Finally got knocked out by English, and Glasgow put it in play again in the English end. Sort of like the field is tilted. We haven't been across the 50-yard line on the English side very often, if at all. Katie Mannion will put it in play to Mary Collins standing right next to her. Collins takes the shot and gets knocked out by Ariana Garcia. Glasgow will get another corner kick from the near side. Glasgow got a foot on it. The defense knocked it down. That was loose out in front. Glasgow had a shot. As they tried to knock it back in. Might have been Rodriguez. English defense blocked it, knocked it away, and now corner kick coming from the far side. Again, loose in front. Looked like it. They popped it up to Newsom, but they called it before that, where somebody got a hand on it. And we've just about got to the halfway mark of this first half, and as they always do, they'll take a break here with the score English nothing, Glasgow nothing, here in this GBL first round tournament playoff game. It was in English territory momentarily. Mateo waiting for the pass, steps in, walks in, and knocks it home. She did a great job. She could have been offside. She waited long enough. She hesitated and kept waiting for the ball to get by her, and then she beat the defense and just walked in, and Newsom had no chance. That's her second goal against English. She was a former player, I'm guessing, but I think I'm pretty sure. I think she played at St. Mary's. And I remember Mateo playing baseball. Might be her brother who played at Glasgow and then transferred to St. Mary's. I think she did just the opposite. Skips past Waterman. Get it back to Page. Page boots it ahead. He was trying to boot it up front. Actually kicked it behind her. Collins knocking it deep and almost skipped by. That was Gabriel Jesus, who just got a foot on it and stopped. If that gets by Gabriel Jesus, we're going to have Nerrick walking in alone. Gabriel Jesus and I have become friends. I spend some time at John's Roast Beef on Western Avenue. She works there. So we always have conversations about the different teams. She plays basketball too. Kitty Mannion knocks it ahead. Mateo just kept it in, and now she loses it, and it goes out of play. Coach Shenna has done a nice job with this classical team. Get the girls playing team soccer. Glasgow battling, they take it away. And it gets knocked out. English kept it alive. Glasgow picks off the pass. They get by one, but they pushed it too far. And Garcia got to kick it upfield. Shot, big hop right into the midsection of Newsom. At least he makes the save and kicks it away. Boots it deep, takes a big hop. Kitty Mannion knocks it down. Got it back to Page. Page gets it upfield very quickly. Nerek gets it back in English territory. Kicked ahead. Mateo looking for a break. Blocked. Knocked around. Nerek keeps it in play. In the middle to Waterman. Nice little shift to get around the defense. Another nice little shift. Gives it back to Page. Mannion ahead to Nerek. Gets around. Tips it to Mateo. Mateo trying to center it. Blocked and then tipped away by a classical player. And the shot by Nerek right on target. It would have been under the top crossbar inside the near post. Newsom made a nice save. Zayas gets it across. Off the foot of Garcia, goes out of play. Glasgow will make one substitution. They're looking to make a couple more. The next dead ball. They had to wait for the sub to get off the field. Now they go. Another nice little shift. Pass in the middle to Waterman. Kicks it deep. Nerek hustling. Couldn't keep it in. It just slipped over the line. So it's good for both these teams. They would get to play an extra game here at home. Extra friendly game because they all know each other well, whether it's playing other sports against each other or playing sports with each other. Just getting to know each other. Zayas looked like that would have been trouble if Zayas gets that and walks in. That would have been 1-to-1. Page, great hustle by Jessica Page. He hustled and backed it up and kicked it away because Zayas was going to beat the defense and walk in. And you give her that, she scores every time. Glasgow blocks the centering pass. And English kicks it up and kicks it out. They wait for the substitutions. They knock it deep. It's a foot race. Coming down the near side. Thurman gets around, takes the shot. Good bid by Thurman. That was ticketed inside the far post. Newsom reacted quickly and made the save. Good bid by Ava Thurman, who just get through with a very good basketball season. Collins tips it ahead, gets it back. Tips it again. And got knocked out by Ariana Garcia. Tucker will put it in play. To Mary Collins. Tipped ahead. Mateo looking to get around. Back to Collins. Tipped off her foot. She has to tip it all the way back. Glasgow keeps it alive. It skipped right by the goaltender and right by English. There were two green shirts. I think they were the most surprised people in the house. Newsom went over to make the save. It skipped right by. Then it skipped right by the English player. And it wound up going completely out of bounds on the near side. Two of the Glasgow players would have had a wide open net if they could have got a foot on it. Tucker to Collins. They tip it back. Shot goes wide. Off the foot of Thurman again. She's had a couple of chances. Upfield, and Newsom has a tendency to do that. She does it more often than not. When she kicks it to the near side, she kicks it out of bounds. Glasgow puts it right back in play. They knock it deep. Harris Howes will let it go out of play. Newsom will get to kick it away again. 1-0 Glasgow on a wide open breakaway by Mateo, doing a nice job staying on side, getting it, walking it alone and scoring. Again, she pulls it way over to the near side. Thurman took it away, gave it to Mateo. Tried to give it back, it got blocked nicely. That was Garcia again with a nice defensive play. We mentioned all of these players in today's game for English are all back next year. Bodies go down. Looked like Mary Collins kind of slipped, went down, and when she went down, Garcia was coming right at her. She got Garcia down around the ankles, and Garcia went down. She's up. Both of them are okay, thank God. They're going to give it to English. Emma Farris Howes will kick it away. Tucker couldn't save it. English, one of the few times English has got to put it in play this deep. They haven't been very deep in Glasgow territory yet. Collins picks it off. Nice little shift by Page, blocked nicely, and Page battles and takes it back. Tipped up by Wilson, and got knocked out by Garcia. Collins trying to knock it ahead. Tipped. Guthrie, one of the four seniors, picked it off, kept it alive. They knock it deep. Glasgow trying to get there. Newsom way out of the net. Going to get there first. She'll kick it away. Zayas takes it away. Walks around a couple. Makes the pass. Glasgow will let it go out of play. blocked and knocked out into the English bench area. Classical takes it away. They knock it deep. Noose is coming all the way out, almost to the 10-yard line. Gets there first before Wilson. And she'll kick it away. Bounce right back off Thurman. And now we're going to get Page for a takedown. They knock it very deep. Flaherty comes way out of the net to handle it for one of the few times she's touched it here in the first half. Gabriel pass picked off. Thurman pops it up. It skips past. Garcia will track it down. Also trying to keep it alive, knocked it out off Rodriguez. We're late in the first half with a goal by Jaden Mateo, the difference. English battling with Glasgow on the far side, right in front of the Glasgow bench area. English is going to knock it out. Oh, staved in. Glasgow took it away. They knock it deep. Gosh, I think that's Gutierrez getting there first, letting it go out of play. Once again, Newsom will get to use that right foot. Pass is blocked, tipped. Page winds up with it. Let's block that pass. Now we got a bump contact called against Classical. English will get the kick from about the 30-yard line. Push it up to the 40-yard line. Hayes took it, kicked it deep. Haskell taking it right back. English steals it, gets around one, coming down, centering it. Page with the defense takes it away. English takes it away again. Everybody battling. English winds up with it. Tipped away by Glasgow. Gutierrez made another play. Blocked. Guzman looking for it. They push it by her. and they call it off English. Classical hasn't been scored on in a while here at Manning Field. Last 2 games here were shutouts. Tip, and it went off a foot. I think that was Rodriguez out in front. Tipped off a foot right to Guzman, and he blew the whistle, and it ends the first half. So the breakaway by Jaden Mateo is the difference in the game right now in this opening round of the 2021 GBL tournament playoff. Mateo's goal is giving Classical the lead. It's Classical 1, English nothing at halftime. Underway here in the second half, still 1-0 Classical, and still Classical holding on. Thurman gets the shot on net. High hop to Newsom. She'll kick it away. We mentioned Classical is not only trying to make it 2-0 against English, but they're trying to make it 2-0 in back-to-back games. They played the last game of the season. This being Thursday, they play Tuesday. To show you how fouled up this season has been, today's game was supposed to be Classical against Somerville, a makeup game that they didn't play early in the season because of the virus. And Classical had to tell Somerville, we can't play you because we're playing the first phase of the GBL tournament. I believe it was the Catholic Central League that started this, St. Mary's, with all those Catholic Central teams, called it the Catholic Central League Cup Championship. St. Mary's girls won that. And then other leagues picked it up. The GBL had a basketball tournament. English boys won the league and then won the tournament. The English girls went undefeated, but they lost a tough game to Everett in the championship final. That one went right to the net. Perfect shot. Started off to the right, hooked it back, and that was Thurman again. Newsom had to make the save. Thurman trying to keep it alive. Collins keeps it alive. Tips it ahead. Newsom will come out and grab it. Just ahead of Mateo. But again, the best part of this whole story is the fact that all these young men and young women are getting to do what they enjoy and what they love, playing the sports. You know, it may be phase 1, phase 2, it may only be, in St. Mary's girls' case, they played 23 games. English girls got to play, I think, 8, because they started later, because Lynn was a red zone, and the Greater Boston League voted to start their seasons all this season, late Northeastern Conference, after voting 8-0, everybody voted to start the season late for everybody. And then most of the Northeastern Conference said, no, I guess we'll go do it. They tip it ahead. Glasgow couldn't get the shot, hustling back. I think that was Gutierrez who got a piece of the shooter. And that was Mateo again. Glasgow looked like they're going to walk in, back checking from behind. Gutierrez made the nice play. And Newsom was able to make the save. But regardless of how many games, like, you're working very hard football, and football's the worst because you're out there all the time. You have to set up offense, defense, offensive plays, defensive plays, special teams. A lot of hard work by the coaching staff and the players. And they get to play 4 games. Some of them didn't get to play that because the GBL sort of went on a pick and choose. I'll do it, I won't do it. As Newsom makes another save off a shot from a tough angle. But the coaches and the players were happy to have those 4 games. The baseball and softball players now are very happy that the season is going because they didn't have one last year. It's been 2 years since they played. So congratulations to everybody. The athletic directors really earned their money this year. The coaches, the players, the assistant coaches, the principals, the teachers. Superintendent has done a tremendous job. The police, the fire, as they tip it over the net. That's Mateo again, the ball bouncing. She couldn't get a real good shot off because it was bouncing almost shoulder high. She got under it and tipped it over the net. But the police, the fire, the doctors, the nurses, the EMTs, all the people getting involved in trying to get everybody healthy, trying to get everybody vaccinated, taking care of the elderly, trying to keep everybody safe. That's why this is the best country. Everybody getting together, everybody working on one goal, good team effort. And a tip of the hat to everybody involved. Took an awful lot of work, patience. Houston trying to get there first and does. She got there. There's probably the Glasgow getting a shot off. That's going to go out of play. So again, tip of the hat to everybody involved. Parents as well, trying to make sure their kids get the education they would normally be getting that isn't even close being at home through the internet. Nice play. Nice block. Good foot action by Aguilon. Amaryllis Aguilon just got her foot up. Blocked that pass nicely. Scramble going on. Kitty Mannion finally gets it, knocks it ahead. Glasgow knocks it deep, trying to get there. Newsom will get there first. Wilson gets surrounded by two defenders, and Guzman and Garcia couldn't get there. Mary Collins tips it away from Garcia. Actually from Gutierrez. Thurman pushes it ahead. Thurman gets it back. Skips by everybody. Knocked toward the net. Hustling is Guzman to knock it away. And then Garcia finally gets there. Was bouncing around out in front. A couple of high hops. Nobody could really get possession. And then Garcia finally knocked it out. Out in front. English clears it away. Molly Mannion pops it to the net. Just hooked it wide left. I've given Gutierrez a couple of accolades for the defense. It's actually Welton out in front defensively. Welton, Garcia, Guzman. Do a nice job defensively for English. We mentioned before, these are both of them are young teams. Glasgow has 4 seniors. English only has 1, and the 1 senior hasn't played in the last few games. Casey Rouse, I hope she's okay. Waterman couldn't keep it in. Collins tips it ahead. Thurman tried to tip it back, didn't get a lot on it. Aguilon, she's playing well. She picked it off. Trying to get it deep. Aguilon blocks it. And she blocks it and takes it away. A couple of nice plays by Amaryllis Aguilon. Waterman had it, lost it, and here's Aguilon getting involved again. Bounces by a couple. Mateo takes it away. Tips it. A little bit behind Thurman. Guzman knocked it away. And then Garcia knocked it out. Again, that one long pass that Mateo was able to keep herself on side, then beat everybody to the ball and walk in and score is the difference. English's defense has been tough. Especially that back line of Guzman, Garcia, and Welton. And Nuisance had to make a couple of saves. It's been all classical. English has not come close to getting anything on Flaherty. The ball has not been in the classical end very much. Kitty Mannion knocks it up. Aguilon is there to pick it off. She's there again to pick it off. Carenti will give it back. This is about one of the few times that Flaherty has touched it when her own team has kicked it back to kick it away. Bounced over Thurman. Guzman took it away. And Guzman knocked it off Thurman. Nice job by Emma Guzman. Gutierrez will put it in play. Aguilon. Picked off by Waterman. Molly Mannion had it blocked. And it goes out off Ashley DeLeon. Glasgow will make a substitution. Shot from long range gets deflected. Flaherty will pick it off at the side of the net. She'll kick it away. That was Zayas finally getting loose, trying to get a shot. It was from very long range. It wasn't on net. Mannion steps in, kicks it away. Now Collins with it, knocking it deep. It's a foot race. It bounced away. Mateo gets it back, walking in, takes the shot. Newsom got a piece, but deflected in. Good long pass by Mary Collins. Mateo beat the defense again, this time not as clean. She looked like she overran it, got it back, tipped it towards the near post. Newsom got a piece of it, but it deflected in anyway. And that pushes Glasgow out to a 2-0 lead. So that hill for English comes a little bit higher to climb. Waterman has to retrieve it. Kicked ahead by McLaren. Broken up. Collins trying to walk in. Pass ahead. It was in the feet of Mateo. She couldn't collect it. They called her offside anyway. Nice try by Collins trying to hit Mateo. Pass was just a little bit behind her. She tried to hold it up with her feet. She wound up offside. Collins with it again. Back to Kitty Mannion. Mateo knocked it down. Glasgow winds up with it. They take the shot from long range. It goes wide right. Glasgow will make a substitution. While Newsom goes and chases the ball. It's on one of the neighbors' backyards. Nets are up as well as they can be up. They need some work. That went to the spot where the net was down. It rolled all the way back. A good 20 or 30 yards back to the back fence from the goal. Here's Newsom shanking it again. Out of play. And we'll get another substitution. Guzman blocked the pass. Molly Mannion and Mary Collins will get together again to put it in play. Mannion gets around, trying to center it. She hit it off the side of the net, and it was Garcia, I believe, was there. Didn't know whether it was going to go by or not. She got a piece and knocked it out. So Glasgow will get another corner kick. Knocked ahead. Look like Glasgow was way offside. Newsom will get to kick it away. She's been busy, as opposed to Anna Flaherty on the other side. She's only touched the ball about a couple of times. And now we run down to halftime. Halfway through the second half, Glasgow out in front, a half away from moving on to the semifinals of this GBL first ever tournament playoffs. And they lead English. It's Glasgow 2, English nothing. As we get back to the action after the timeout, Newsom will kick it away. And I know you must be getting a stiff neck because he's just leaning. First half he leaned to the left. Now everything is leaned to the right. English can't get anything going. Zayas tried that long shot, but it went wide. Skips past McLaren. And skip past Glasgow again. Molly Mannion hustling. Takes it away. Dumps it down. Guzman winds up with it. Gets it upfield. Mannion pushes it ahead. Collins battling. Takes it away. Just a terrific job in the middle. And we got a whistle. Contact against English. Glasgow's going to get a free kick from about the... Oh, they're going to push it back to the 30-yard line. Not quite dead center. Collins will take the kick. Everybody mingling around, picking a partner. Drives it wide to the near side. And again, Newsom's going to get... She's going to be in shape when this game is over. She's chasing those loose balls clear to the other end of the stadium. And she pushes it off to the right again, but it goes off Glasgow out of play. 2-0 Lady Rams looking to move on to the semifinals of the GBL tournament. First ever. We thought the rubber game would be the football game tomorrow night because the English boys beat the classical girls on senior night a couple of nights ago. And then classical beat the girls, so we thought the next English classical game would be the football game, and that would break the tie because it was tied at 1 for the school. But now classical has a chance to give English the edge. Classical has a chance to give classical the edge. Winning this one would be 2-1. Both wins by the classical girls, the one win by the English boys. Nice little shift. They knock it deep down the far side. Garcia is there, and they have to let it go, and it goes out of play. Collins again, pushing it ahead. Classical with a break. Tipped it to the middle. He tipped it too far out in front. Collins trying to keep it alive. Molly Mannion will. Trying to push it ahead. Nice job defensively. Somebody got a hand on it. That was Gutierrez who broke up the play. Guzman will kick it away. Nice job, Garcia kicking it away. But Classical just as quickly takes it back. And Garcia got a piece of it. It looked like it was going out off McLaren. It stayed in. Classical slides it in front. Tipped in front. Welton hustles up and knocks it away. Classical player got knocked down. English kicks it out of play. I had to pick up the numbers. I think Ross is one of those defenders there too. We got trainers, coach coming out to check on one of the Classical players who got hurt, limping a little bit. Really favoring that right ankle. Trying to walk it off. Hopefully she'll be okay. So we hope she's going to be okay. Look like Molly Mannion. We've had a Sambo and Paige and Ava Carenti, along with Kitty Mannion, defensively for Classical. Kept English at bay anytime the few times the ball wound up in the Classical end, they got rid of it quickly. Corner kick from the far side. We haven't had too many of those. We had a few in the first half. Again, everybody milling around out in front. English knocks it away. Classical knocks it back to the far side. Shot pass partly deflected. Could have been either way. Thurman battling. They push it down the near side. Try to center it. It went off the side of the net. That was Delaney Dana with that shot. They're checking on one of the English players now. Walking around a little bit. Says she's okay. Houston will kick it away. Pop back toward the net. Out off English. Sambo will put it in play to Collins. Gets around one. Tries to center it. Newson gets a good look at it. Plays it on a hop. And she'll kick it away. Right back in the English end. Alsamba pushing it up. Still with it. Takes the shot from long range. It'll go wide right and out of play. Just keeping here was English, but Classical picks off the pass. And now English knocks it out. Late in this second half, Classical, they couldn't quite get it together and get a shot. Samba pushes it ahead. Dana has it taken away, and it gets knocked out. Aguilon making another nice play. Classical will make a substitution. Now we got Newson has a problem, I think, with something. She's going to go to the sideline. She went over to talk to the official. I don't know if equipment problem or what it is, but she's going to go to the sideline and we'll have a brief timeout. Newson still trying to fix the equipment. Looks like she had a problem with her gloves. In the middle of the game, a couple of times, one of her players had to tie her shoe because with the gloves, they're hard to put on and off. So you get a teammate that helps you out. They tie your shoe. But this looked like she had a problem with the gloves. She went to the sideline for something, and she came back. She was still fiddling them a little bit, but now I guess they're okay because we're back to soccer. English kicked it out off Classical. Knocking it ahead, trying to walk in. They got a foot on it. It bounced high. I think it was Rachel Dana that it bounced high, and she was trying to get control of it. Coming from behind was the English defense. They played very well. They've only given up the one goal. And they hustled and knocked it out and didn't give Rachel Dana a shot. It goes off a body, and then I think it went off English. It came across. Glasgow tried to knock it down with their body, and then English tried to clear it away from Newsom. He knocked it out. The corner kick will come from the far side. They get up out in front, bounces by everybody. Gets deflected all the way back. Carenti knocks it ahead to Collins. Trying to knock it deep. Broken up. And it gets knocked off English. Another Classical sub. And as I talk about all of the sports that are being projected here, at all running together, we have a lacrosse game after this. Usually you don't see lacrosse during soccer and football. But St. Mary's football and soccer and basketball are over, so they can get into lacrosse. Trying to walk in, it got broken up and cleared away. I think that was Zayas that cleared it away. She's going back to help out defensively. Katie Mannion tried to one-time it, but she wound up pushing it to the far side. Taking it back. Looking to center it. It gets knocked away by Garcia. Tipped ahead. That was Welton coming out along with Newsom. Welton got it. Newsom, I think, would have got there, but Welton couldn't be sure, so she ticked it out. Glasgow will get another corner kick. We're winding down. I wish I could tell you how much time is left, but we can't. With the sun, you can't read the scoreboard. So this will officially be the last soccer game. And we'll finally start to get in. We've still got a couple of football games. Newsom does a nice job cutting out in front, picking that off. She'll kick it away. Glasgow keeps it in. Collins with a rush. Her pass broken up, stolen away by Zayas. Zayas with a little nudge, took Mary Collins down. Dana gets a little bump from Garcia. Actually, that was Welton. Newson again gets to exercise that right foot. Well, Glasgow will stay alive in the GBL tournament as Newson again knocks it out of play. She's done that more often than not all year. Deflected to the net. Dana couldn't get there. She was a step and a half late. Newson grabbed it and held on. So Glasgow will stay alive, but they'll, unless there's a major upset, they'll move on, but they'll move away and play on the road. Somerville and Revere are the top two teams. So they're hoping if they move on, they play Somerville. Revere, because they don't have to go that far, and they played them before. Rather than they played Somerville. They didn't play Somerville before, because I mentioned before, this game today was supposed to be Somerville. Newson makes the save on a point-blank shot, but I think they called him offside before that. So I don't think the shot would have counted anyway. That was Rachel Dana with the shot. Glasgow with a lot of reserves out there now, Coach Senna. Glasgow looking for their third straight shutout. Coach Senna's got a lot of playing time for a lot of players. And almost all of them are back next year. And again, congratulations to Jessica Page. Her worries are over, worrying about applying, getting accepted, what school am I going to go to. Now it's all taken care of. And it should be nearby. So congratulations to her. There's a high pop-up, and again, Newson just kicks it out of play. See the wide left, wide right? She doesn't kick many straight ahead. I'm looking behind the net. St. Mary's has a pretty good sized lacrosse roster. They've got like 15, 16 girls. They blow the whistle and that's going to do it. So Glasgow notches their third straight shutout. In 3 days, they shut out Glasgow twice, but Glasgow made them, they shut out English twice. English made them work. The defense, Newsom played well in net. Gabriel Jesus, Ariana Garcia, Anadia Welton, Elizabeth Ross, Emma Guzman. They all played very good defense back there, and they had to play defense because the ball was on the English side of the field almost 100% of the time. They did not get a shot on net. Zayas from long range pushed one wide right. Flaherty, a very easy time for the shutout. She's got 3 in a row. And Classical picks up their 6th win. I think they're now 6-1-1. And they'll move on to the semifinals of the Greater Boston League. And it was Jaden Mateo doing all the damage. She got a long pass, beat the defense, did a great job staying onside, hesitating, and then chasing the ball. And she chased it downfield, beat the defense, walked in alone, and beat the goalie to make it 1-0. And that's all they really needed. In the second half, Mary Collins threw a long pass across. She didn't beat the defense as cleanly, but she got out in front just enough to get the shot. Got it. Newsom got a piece of it, but it still went inside the near post, made it 2-0, and that was the final score. So English makes it 2 in a row over Classical, one senior night, and now the opening round of the GBL tournament. Classical will move on to play probably Somerville or Revere in the semifinals. We wish them the best. They'll be on the road, and English finishes up their season. And we hope that their one senior, Casey Rouse, is going to be okay. She's been out for a while, but congratulations to her. We wish her well, and we wish all of these kids well. It's been fun, short season, but a good season, and it was good that they get out to play, and hopefully getting back to school as well. So the soccer season is officially ended here at Manning Field, and it ends with Classical shutting out Lynn English, sort of very fittingly. Thanksgiving Day here on May 6th. It's Classical with 2 goals by Jaden Mateo, defeating English 2-0. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.